if we're talking about a revival of an arsenal democracy, and we're looking at assembly lines, productive capacity, skilled labor, operation of government, private sector interface, some of these variables that I'm talking about from 39 to 41, and especially 41 to 43. If you look at that today compared to some of that history, what do we see?
Well, I think the first point is, in addition to all of the challenges you just named, Stephen, supply chains have gotten a whole lot more complex. In 1941, it was possible to convert a Ford plant to making aircraft.
Yes.
You couldn't do that today with an F-35. Or you couldn't even do it with drones. And partly this is because we have become accustomed in the last 30 years of untrammeled globalization to rely on just-in-time manufacturing, very low inventories, no strategic stockpiles for the commercial sector, and outsourcing of production for lots of widgets and component parts without which the big stuff doesn't run. And Apple has discovered this when they try to pull production out of China. It's not just about the assembly of the iPhone. It's the whole ecosystem of suppliers and skilled workers that surround it. And in many of these cases, we are discovering now, the Trump administration is discovering points that we talk about in our book with respect to shipbuilding, for example, that the know-how exists in allied countries. Other than China, who's best at building ships? It's South Korea. And this is why shipbuilding has become fundamental to our new understanding with our South Korean friends. I think it's a yes-and proposition because this reindustrialization of America has become political. So we all want to enjoy some of the benefits that having a more industrialized society used to bring. And there's a sense that there's a zero-sum trade-off here. That in order to industrialize ourselves, we need to, put up tariffs on our allies, we need to buy less from them. I think one of the findings we make in the book is this is very much a positive-sum situation. We need allied support in reindustrializing our economy, and it's not just the capital to rebuild shipyards. It's, in many cases, the skilled workers and managers who are going to train our people again. But it's also that in the 2030s, which is a window when deterrence is very fragile, we are going to depend on these allies for components that we can't make ourselves, and figuring out a way to merge these supply chains. So in a sense, we are assembling what we can in the United States, but relying on allies for batteries or sensors or so forth when we need it. That these problems are worked out in advance. We can't assume that if a crisis breaks out, we will be able to scale production as quickly as we did in the Second World War. And that also means a different approach to stockpiling. And it means building magazines of certain things that we know we might need, like long-range precision munitions, in sufficient quantities that we have enough, because we may end up using them all up in the first few weeks.